JD Vance, author, hillbilly, meme icon. Love him or hate him, you have to admit that when this guy walks in a room, eyes are on him and ears are turned. If for no other reason, then good source material for comedy gold may be incoming. This is Meme History. The US Constitution famously does not define the role of the vice president, and in the 2010s, Joe Biden, then a member of the Obama administration, offered a novel theory of what that could actually be: a meme. But if Biden's memehood was a first draft, in a brief window of time, JD Vance is already proving to be a master of the art. His donut shop ambivalence, debate side-eye, or wild youth may all come to mind here, but for the purposes of our deep dive, we'll actually begin with I don't really care, Margaret. JD Vance's first interview as vice president came on January 26, 2025, in the form of a Face the Nation appearance. When asked about his stance on immigration and refugees, he told the host, Margaret, "I don't agree that all these refugees have been properly vetted." Then, he brought up the specific case of an Afghan national living in Oklahoma who planned a terrorist attack in 2024. When Margaret replied that in that specific case, it was not clear if the Afghani was radicalized before or after coming to the US, JD countered with, "I don't really care, Margaret." It's pretty easy to see how the Chad-like mic drop vibes would lend themselves to a dark meme, almost echoing Melania's viral "I don't really care, do you?" shirt. So pretty instantaneously, this meme exploded onto the scene as a way to mock someone else's boneheadedness or otherwise shut down a conversation without ever having to actually prove anything. Which brings us to the next one, whose basis in reality or lack thereof is equally irrelevant: JD Vance's couch. On July 15, 2024, an X user posted that Vance might be the first VP pick to have admitted in a New York Times bestseller to f***ing an inside-out latex glove shoved between two couch cushions. Fighting fire with fire in an age where our elected officials' relationship to the truth is often strained, he cited Hillbilly Elegy to back up his claim, but specifically a page that had nothing to do with what he was talking about. Not that that mattered, of course. This tweet was viewed over 1.8 million times before the posters set their account to private. But before they did so, they also followed up with Buster Baxter's "Go on the Internet and Tell Lies" meme, a nod to the fact that they were intentionally making this up as a joke. But people were already running with it. The AP published an article debunking it, but then retracted said article saying it did not go through their standard editing process, which to a lot of people was sketchy and/or hilarious. Meanwhile, general makers of memes everywhere tried out every angle they could think of, and Tim Walz even got in on the fun, saying on stage, "I can't wait to debate the guy. That is, if he's willing to get off the couch and show up." All that was fun for how absurd it was, but 2 months later came another moment just as ridiculous. On October 2nd, 2024, Republican Congressman Mike Collins from the Georgia 10th posted this post of a photoshopped JD Vance's official congressional portrait, chiseling his jaw and otherwise chadifying him. Spreading quickly, this almost immediately got another X user going the exact opposite way, making his cheeks chubbier and face generally rounder. In the caption, this poster offered to intensify the image for every 100 likes, ultimately stopping after 18 versions. But this first iteration was the one that was swapped into memes at referencing all sorts of pop culture media, and becoming one of that winter's biggest online fads. On October 18th, following the debate with Tim Walz, another X user posted another template, this time with baby JD against the debate's blue backdrop. Then, in February, when Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky met with Trump and Vance in the Oval Office, in the middle of a particularly heated moment between the two presidents, JD interrupted, asking, "Have you said thank you once?" X user at the Mr. Frog jumped on the opportunity. In a tweet that said, "You should have said Pwease," they gave memers the world around a new avenue to make fun of JD Vance. Your own personal politics aside, you have to admit that whether he's arguing with journalists, trying to assert dominance over Eastern Europe, or just chilling at home, when JD goes for it, he really goes for it. Chaos is a ladder, and when we see these edits, we're reminded that nobody knows this better than JD.